Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hope you're having a great week. We're doing a lot of really cool new releases this week. Super excited about that. You know, last week I took a closer look at some of the holiday magic sets available from Murphy's Magic. I don't know if you got a chance to see them, but they have a beginner's, intermediate, and kind of a wizard level gift box. And so they make perfect gifts for anyone who's kind of looking to get into magic or maybe has a couple things but could use a couple more things. And then that ended up pushing some of the new releases that I was getting to this week. So this week, we're getting to look at a bunch of fun new stuff. Case in point, this is On Edge from Angelo Carbone. He's been on fire lately. A lot of great releases from him lately, and been loving the magic that's been coming out of his brain. And this is a new release from Murphy's Magic as well. 85 bucks, $85. And what it is a really beautiful balancing act. So you're gonna build a playing card pyramid right in front of the spectator from the ground up. Literally, you're gonna put two cards together, make a teepee, right? Then another one, then another one. Lay the roof on, and then build a second layer. Lay the roof on, and build a peak. And then one by one, you will remove pieces from the bottom, just like a scary Jenga pile. But your Jenga pile won't fall over. The cards won't fall over, even though all visible means of support have been removed from the bottom. And gravitationally, scientifically, logically, the cards should not stay up. They do until the very moment that you scatter the cards and they all fall down. So On Edge is a beautiful balancing piece that is sure to wow your audiences. All right, so 85 bucks. What are you gonna get? You're gonna get that hard shell box that I showed you earlier. Inside that, there is a tuck case. Now, the tuck case does not have a full deck inside. Rather, what it has inside is all the cards you need to do the trick. And what's interesting about this, and it's so great that Angelo and the people down at Murphy's thought of this, is you get a series of cards that you will use as the bulk of the pyramid, right? And then you get two cards that are kind of doing all the heavy lifting. Let's put it that way. And you'll get two sets of those. You'll get a practice set of those so that you can see everything happening right in front of you and you can get your feel for it. And then once you kind of graduate, you can move over to the advanced set that you would show your audiences. And what's fantastic in this is that as Javier Fuemir is teaching you the trick, he uses the practice set in the tutorial. So he's using the practice set, you're using the practice set, you can see everything that he's doing, you can see everything that you're doing, and it's giving you the confidence so that when you are ready to upgrade to a more professional look, you can then transition out your training wheels, right? And you can bring in the cards that'll do all the heavy lifting for you. So you get two sets of those, which is awesome. Not two full sets of pyramid cards. I think sometimes some of the reviewers might leading you to believe you get two whole sets of pyramid cards. You don't. You get just two sets of two cards that do the bulk of the trick. Is it well made? It is very well made. There is more going on than meets the eye. I thought it was just one thing. It's not one thing. There's a couple of different techniques being used to create the final look. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, do I need to know how to build a pyramid? Like, could I build a pyramid in real life even without gimmicks? No, the cards will help you build the pyramid, okay? So you don't need to worry about being, a pyramid. I can't, personally, I can't build a pyramid. Mine always fall over. These will help you build, all right? It won't be 100% like holding your hand through the whole thing. Like, it's not surefire. You still need to practice, and you still need to you still need to balance and set things up. But they're way easier to use than a standard deck, okay? But yeah, really well made. Overall quality and production value of the video, you got about an hour teaching. It's all done in the Murphy's Magic Studios. You got Javier Fuemier, of course, running you through everything. He's gonna talk about what you get, how to set it up, how to build the pyramid. Javier keeps calling it a castle. I'm gonna call it a pyramid. You're gonna get great over-the-shoulder shots from the magician's point of view, which is fantastic, which is what you need. He'll talk to you about an alternate ending and how to set up the performance cards when you're ready to transition over. He'll run through some different presentations as well as an alternate handling. He's got a tip and troubleshooting at the end, but you really don't need it by that point because he pretty much covers all the tips and troubleshooting throughout the tutorial, and then there's a thank you. Pocket space, you're gonna get everything inside of the tuck case, and I would just carry it inside of the tuck case. Yeah, I wouldn't carry it in anything else. Like, you're gonna bring it all out of the tuck case. I mean, you're gonna go through all the cards. Will the spectators care that that wasn't a full deck? No, I don't think they'll care. Angles wise, there shouldn't be any angles. There shouldn't be any angles. You should be able to look at this from a full 360. In fact, if you built this on like a little turntable right before, you know, you're getting ready to go to intermission, you could literally walk off stage and have the turntable just kind of spin slowly and have your object just standing there for everyone to see. Like, it would be like, wow, they could see it from all sides. But inspected, where they could grab every card and examine them, no, they can't do that. Slice and difficulty level. I will not lead you astray, okay? This is not self-working. And I would say this would probably frustrate somebody who was a beginner at Magic. I think there is more going on here than meets the eye. It is not as simple as just building a pyramid and knocking out some cards, all right? There's more to it. There's more as far as setup goes. There's more as far as like just you know, the arts and crafts aspect of it. There's more going on as far as practice. You need to practice. You need practice and you need to concentrate, just like you would if you were building a real pyramid. Yes, you still need to be precise. Yes, it could still fall over just like a real tower. Yes, it falls over for Javier in his tutorial. Okay, it could happen. So I feel like a beginner would probably be frustrated with this. I really feel like both the price point and I think the object itself kind of lends itself more to somebody who is performing, right? You're not gonna put this in your pocket and do it as walk around, right? For one, they do say it really helps if you have a card mat, especially a card mat that's textured, okay? That really does help the effect. We don't always do walk around with a, you know, textured card mat. So I really feel like this is somebody who's performing, who's doing parlor shows. Maybe people are paying to come see you. I feel like this is kind of one of those performance pieces that lends itself more to that environment, I think. It's kind of like a, ooh, you know, kind of trick. Just like if you were levitating a woman, right? You wouldn't levitate a lady as walk around, right? It's more of a bigger, more, you know, beautiful piece that you kind of want to isolate in a performance. Setup, yeah, there's some setup. So like I said, when you get, the practice set is already set up for you. When you're ready to transition over, you will need to take those pieces and set them up. And of course, it's gonna use your favorite material that is difficult to see. It's gonna use that stuff, right? Positives, it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It could easily close out your parlor show. It could easily be the transition, you know, into your intermission. I think it's beautiful. Negatives, it might not come across as magic if you're not careful. You know, tricks like this sometimes look like you're doing what you're doing. They just think, oh, you just found some sort of weird fulcrum that I don't know anything about. No, there's no fulcrum that could make that stand up, right? That is defying gravity. Defying the laws of science is one of the, you know, one of the things magicians do. And so you really got to make this look like you're doing a magic trick and not just doing like a balancing act, right? You don't want this to come across as something flat. You want them to see like, whoa, like, wow, that's really happening. So yeah, you don't want to come across as being like a master engineer. You want to be a magician, right? The only other negative to this was when I watched this, I thought like Vanishing Ink had something very similar to this a few years back. And it kind of uses the same method, I would say. Uses the same method. So if you had the previous vanishing ink trick, there was also a balancing thing that you created. It was like office objects, right? Pencils and things. If you had that, this is very, very similar in method, but of course, completely different in appearance. This, you're building something that makes sense, and then you're destroying the base out from underneath it, right? Which then now doesn't make sense. In the vanishing ink trick, as you were balancing the objects, it immediately looked like you were defying gravity. So even after placing 2 or 3 objects, you were already defying gravity as you built up. So it just became more and more impossible. Whereas on Edge, you're building something that is very possible, right? You're building something possible. Everybody in the audience recognizes it. Some people in the audience have probably built one before. And then you shatter that reality in a second, right? By eliminating the base and then saying, look, now there's no net. There's no visible means of support. Now explain it. So you're leaving them with an impossible object and just an impossible picture in their mind. So I think, yeah, it's a very, very beautiful picture. 85 bucks, available from your favorite Murphy's Magic dealer. I would say who's reviewed it already, but you know what? A lot of people have reviewed this already. I am late to the game once again. Please go watch other reviewers. Go watch other reviewers and see what they had to say about this. Yeah, always get a second, third, or fourth opinion before you spend your money. Big, huge thanks to Angelo Carbone and for Murphy's Magic for allowing me to have this so I could do the review for you. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, hey, and one more thing. I know you've seen me in my videos wear this shirt a lot, the Magic Orthodoxy brand shirt. And I don't know if you know this, but this is not just a merch shirt. This is not just a shirt that has my brand. This is actually a magic trick. This is a Magic Reveal t-shirt that is available exclusively at my Teespring store. It was actually designed in Melbourne, Australia, and it is your 30-minute secret weapon. Because it looks like a seemingly innocent vintage tee, but all over this are 6 different magic reveals. So you got ESP reveals, coins, cards, the toxic forces on here, even a movie, and a lot more. You can use this as the grand finale of your entire close-up act. It's available in maroon, black, and gray. And I have another YouTube video that completely explains how to do a reveal for each one of these tricks. So I actually have a magic tutorial for this t-shirt on my channel. So it's there. It tells you all about it if you want to learn more. Or you can just go down to any one of the graphics that are down there. That'll take you out to the Teespring store if you click one of those. And thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all your support.